Who is actually using XRP, and Coinbase reacts to the controversy of the wordage of the Clarity Act. Plus, XRP ETFs just had its best month in a while. What does this mean? And 700 million XRP just got locked. We're going to talk about all this. Please read the disclaimer. Currently, XRP is sitting at $1.39, up 0.45% on the day. Not much movement here for the top of the charts of the crypto markets. Bitcoin still sitting at 78,426, Ethereum at 2,300, Solana at 84. Not a lot of action here this Saturday. This makes sense because there wasn't really a big headline. The only thing that came out again was the wordage, which we'll talk about in just a second. But outside of that, there wasn't really something that could move the market. There's no real momentum. There's actually more concerns than momentum geopolitically on what could potentially happen. So that's what we're seeing right now. Now, there was a question, right, about XRP, and someone asked, why do people think XRP is a scam or it's not being used? A $50 billion company is using it. They are working on using it for 15 trillion in payments each year. Price will appreciate in good time. A tree spends its first several years growing its roots with no visible changes, and only then will it produce fruit. Keep patient, folks. All right, so I think he's meant to say be patient, folks. A lot of people are like, nobody uses XRP. Well, Ripple uses XRP in a big way, and they're going to continue to use XRP in a big way in the next coming years, and it's just going to get bigger and better. Again, how much can the price of XRP appreciate in the next 5 to 10 years? That's the big question. That's the billion-dollar question. If you would have asked someone what would the price of Bitcoin be in 8-9 years in 2017, right? When it was running up to 20,000, people thought, oh, that's the top, right? And when it dropped down to 3,000, people never thought that it would get to 120,000, right? So all these kinds of things are predictions. Every single investment is a speculation, and that's very, very important to remember. Now, as always, I just want to remind you that this video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Now, if you didn't watch this morning's video, I did decide to open up a Facebook page, posting my videos as well on Facebook. So if you are interested, you can follow me there. I'll link it in the description down below. This is the only official moneymaker Avi Lev crypto XRP page there. There was a lot of imposters, so I was like, you know what, we got to weigh all the imposters. Let's create an official one. So if you're interested in getting the videos from Facebook, you can do that as well. Or if you want to subscribe to the channel the regular way, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can do that as well. So if you missed it, right, the wordage on the Clarity Act was already in Congress, was already in Washington, but it wasn't available to public. Last night, this morning, the wordage came out and it caused a lot of controversy. And Coinbase CLO, Chief Legal Officer, he says, judging by my feed, the reward language released last night was either a completely giveaway to Coinbase, a complete capitulation by Coinbase to the banks, or had nothing whatsoever to do with Coinbase. I'd say that means it's the right language, onward, meaning that everybody had opinion about it. Some say it was too much this way, some say that was too much that way. I feel sometimes that my videos are like this, right? Because I get angry people from all the sides, right? So when you do that, it means that the language or the analysis is in the middle, right? It's not too much this way and it's not too much to that way, and everybody has an opinion. If you didn't see what's happening, Bull Theory gave a good analysis here. He says the US Senate just unblocked the crypto market structure bill, and crypto platform just lost the right to pay users interest rates on stablecoin. Senator Tom Tillis and Angela Alsobrooks finalized a bipartisan deal yesterday on stablecoin yields, the single issue that had blocked the Digital Asset Market Clarity Act for months and collapsed a Senate Banking Committee markup in January. Here is the deal actually says. Crypto companies are now broadly prohibited from offering stablecoin rewards that are economically or functionally equivalent to the payment of interest or yield on an interest-bearing bank deposit. So if it's just like a bank deposit where you put in a stable coin, you get 4% every single year, right? That is not allowed, right? In plain, if crypto platforms offer users 4% just for holding a stablecoin, that is now banned. It is too close to savings account, and bank fought hard to stop it. If I was a bank, I wouldn't want this also, right? But the deal does not ban everything. Platforms can still reward users for actually doing things, trading, staking, and using services. Activity-based rewards are allowed. Passive yield on just holding a stablecoin is not. The negative side for crypto is clear. If you think about it, some of these savings accounts and bank accounts, they will do something similar to staking. They'll tell you, hey, you need to lock your money into this high yield savings account for X amount of time. It's similar to what sometimes you get from staking, where you have to lock it in for a specific amount of time. So it's not that far off, right? The negative side for crypto here is clear, though, because crypto can't get on the same level just on that from that, right? So money wouldn't flush out of the banks into crypto platforms. Platforms like Coinbase had been pushing hard to offer yield on stablecoins as a way to compete with traditional saving accounts. Banks argue that Coinbase could offer users 4% on dollar-pegged tokens just for holding them. Nobody would keep money in a checking account. That deposit flight argument won. Crypto platforms lose one of the most powerful tools they had to attract and retain users, right? But the positive side is also real. This deal removes the single biggest substantive obstacle to the Clarity Act moving forward. For the first time, the U.S. crypto industry has a credible signal that Washington is going to give digital assets a comprehensive legal framework. Every exchange, stablecoin issuer, and digital asset platform operating in America has been waiting for this since the last bull market. Prediction markets are currently pricing the odds of the Clarity Act being signed to law in 2026 as 62%, right? This is very high. Treasury Secretary Besson has described passage a spring 2026 target. The Senate Banking Committee markup is now expected in May. Banks got what they wanted in yield. Crypto got the regular clarity it had been lobbying for. Neither side got everything, but the bill is moving, and that alone is the biggest development the crypto industry has seen in years. I told you that, in my opinion, let's push away the yield, fine, no yield, right? But we get clarity, we get this in law, we get that XRP is not a security written in law, right? And that is the biggest thing. All the potential companies that would not invest in the crypto market because there's no clear guidance will now be investing. So yes, maybe you won't be able to park your money on a crypto exchange and get the yield, but you can just transfer to the bank and do the same thing, right? So it's not the end of the world. Of course, you'd have to pay maybe a commission for the transfer. I don't know, right? Or the gas fee. It's not worth not passing the Clarity Act. Okay, that's my opinion. Again, maybe your opinion is different, and that's amazing. That's why we get to have different opinions. Some people like X, some people like Y. It's all good, man, right? It's all good, man. If you've seen Better Call Saul, very good show. Also watch Breaking Bad if you haven't seen that as well. Tom Lee just talked about the probabilities, which I just mentioned. For the first time in over a month, the probabilities are now back to 60. So they dropped low to 45%. Now they're back at 60. This is positive development here for the crypto market. Okay. Chad just reminded us that this was also the best month of the year so far for XRP ETFs. After seeing January, February, where there were inflows, March had outflows. Interesting. And April had a big inflow here, 81.59 million as well. So as we can see, XRP did see the price appreciate. If you go back to the beginning of the month, right? April here, we were at 127. We ran up to 150. We ended up at 137, but we're still higher on the month, right? If we go and we look at the monthly chart here for XRP, it was green. Okay, so yes, it wasn't huge green, but we ended up green here on the monthly candle. And also Bitcoin has already 3 months with green candles after we had February and January, and 5 months before that with red candles. We're seeing a little bit of a momentum here. We're seeing the crossover here on the stochastic RSI. So we're getting more and more optimistic movement. We're not there yet. I know a lot of people are getting restless, but even on the stochastic RSI here on the daily, it's looking a little bit better. So things, as we continue to look better here for the crypto market. Is it on the same status as stock market right now? No, stock market recovered beautifully, but as we get closer and closer to potentially the Clarity Act passing and the probabilities are going up, I think it will be better. Interesting happened. Ripple relocks 700 million XRP into escrow. Ripple unlocks 100 billion every single month. And whatever doesn't get scooped up by the market goes back into the escrow. I don't know. Is this a good thing, a bad thing? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. I can give you the opinions about this. One would say, well, this means that 300 million got potentially dumped on the market. Someone scooped this up and then sold it potentially, but it also could be on the flip side that 300 million XRP were bought into wallets and are out of the market circulation. So again, we don't really know what happened with the 300 million. We know that 700 million was not accumulated by the exchanges or by private equities. It happens. This happens every single month. Not all of the 1 billion XRP is accumulated every single month. So let me know, what do you think? Is this good, bad, ugly? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to smash the like button. Check out the links in the description down below. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.